Hello, hello. Welcome. How are you today? That's good. Glad to hear. Hello, and how are you today? There's two sets in here. Okay. Hello, Debbie Sue. Can you hear me okay? Hey, Joey. Yep, this is alive. You can hear me with my new microphone again on my laptop. I'm getting a little bit more with the times. I was working on a video. We'll wait till you see this video. But I have to have D home to finish it. Because you guys are going to like this one. Sorry, Joe. In this one, I sing a little bit. I sing a little bit in it. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Debbie Sue for saying that I look good and I sound good. Thank you. But Joey, you're going to be like, oh, Sally, she's singing again. We're going to lose the viewers. Yeah, probably so. But you're going to like it. I put a lot of work into it. I've been working on it all day. And no, Debbie Sue, I wasn't cleaning the kitchen. Like I told you I was going to. I told you I get out of it however I can. I do have laundry in and I was working in here, but on my video, of course. But I am right now, I am putting together for my cupboard doors because Halloween is over. My little turkeys. And it's probably coming up backwards, but you have to look at this from the Dollars Tree. I'm trying to make them myself here instead of buying one, already made. So I used to love doing this stuff with my kindergarten. I used to love it, and love it. But I'll have to do it with myself because I don't have any grandchildren. That's okay. My boys aren't watching this anyway. Oh my goodness. There are some things I would say, but I have new viewers that are from. I have a viewer from my friend Jeannie. Hello, Jeannie, if you're out there. I went to high school with Jeannie, and we ran into each other. And I told her about my channel, so she was on here the other day. So that's exciting, huh? Someone from high school who was a good friend, and well, she's still a good friend. Um, these arms are not right here. um, Hello, Judith. Hello. I just thought I'd come on in the afternoon so people that are not able to come in the morning will be able to see the show. And this is called Sally D's Reality Check, which I'm going to eventually make it into a blog. Everyone's saying hello to each other. Joey, are you at work? Is it early in the wait? Is it early in the morning for you? Aren't you sleeping? Shouldn't you be sleeping? Or did I wake you up? What time is it there for you, Joseph? These arms are all the wrong way. I'm going to have to put it this way. I guess no one will notice. It's just for Daryl and me. It's in the evening? You already did your work? So you're all, well, how do you go to my morning? What time is it when you come at 7 a.m. here? Because okay, so it's 2:30 here, it's 7:30 there. So when it's in the middle of the night when you're talking, wait, you're ahead of me. So I don't know. I hate this time thing. Why can't we be like all the same time? I don't know. I guess because it'll be nighttime somewhere else. I don't know. Who am I? Who am I to Oh, look how they did this. It's all folded up. Now how am I gonna make the feathers all sprouty? Um, so it's nighttime. So how was your day, Joe? Did you have it's in the afternoon? So well, are you at work whenever? Like what time do you work? Or are you lucky enough not to? Are you a millionaire, Joey? Is our friend Joey a millionaire? No, I'm just kidding around, Joey. You know me. Daryl says, you have to watch your kidding around because people will get, especially when you text, people get mad. So I was just talking to Rhonda and I did a little commercial for her because I was really, that live she had last night, Debbie Sue. I don't know, Judith, were you at the live for Rhonda last night? That was a really good one. Well, all of hers are. She's such a good, she's so good. I'm telling you what, I can't say enough good things about my friends, but Rhonda, she she's good at what she does. When I do my morning, yeah. What time is it when I do my morning? You said it was at noon, right? I'm all confused. Oh, you should check it out. Not just because she's my friend, but because it was good. She was talking about, wait, weren't you there, Judith? Well, I know. I was thinking about the other Judith. The other Judith, it was about like, how getting into like a little bit of like depression at this time of year, a little bit sad and stuff. Not the actual sad seasonal affective disorder, it was pointed out to me, but it is like, just getting into a funk whenever, the holidays come around, which is what, I kind of do because it's just Daryl and me. Maddie's in Texas and my other son, well, he's my other son. So it's just us two, and well, I have my brother. He's like my son because even though he's 9 months younger, I'm his caretaker, because he was in a bad accident. And but this is really confusing. But if he doesn't come over, then I don't do anything. But if he does come over, then I have something. So and he's the only one I really get any kind of Christmas gift because he's, like I said, he's like a teenager because he's 9 months younger than me. He's 58. No, he's 59 now, and I'm 60. So he's like a maybe a 13 or 14-year-old. I mean, he's just not. He can do his bills now himself. I taught him how to do that, and I tried to organize it, and he has it all a mess again. But I'm trying to get him to be more responsible and self-sufficient because God forbid something happens to me, there's nobody to take care of him. And I don't want him to, be in a panic, not having anyone to help him. So so that's the way that goes. But anyway, it was a really good live. So anyway, so my topic on here is being the main character when you're 50 plus. And Joey, you're included in that, correct? Joey, you're in the 50s, right? I get everyone's age mixed up. I know Debbie Sue's a youngin. Debbie Sue's a youngin in here. I'm not sure how old my friend Judith there is. And I don't like to ask people their age, but I don't care what people know my age. So that is my topic. Yeah, he does. I graduated him to living in an apartment by himself. He wasn't I bought this house especially for him because it had a downstairs and it had a full bathroom and little kitchen. I got it for him, and he was here about, I want to say, 2 years. And then he stopped taking, because I got him a medication. It was all good after Mom died. And then he stopped taking the medication. He was hiding it in a cup behind his microwave. And I could tell the changes in him. And I said, "Are you taking your medication?" I was trying not to nag at him because I'm not his mother. And he just like eventually him and Daryl got into it because he always says to Daryl, "How come you get to have a house and I don't?" Like my brother was doing really well. He got a new job he was a construction worker, and he was a muscle man. And from doing all that work, and he just got a new car, new job, insurance, everything was going well. And then this PennDOT truck, which is a big salt truck, ran over his car, and he had a sunroof, and he ejected him out. And nothing happened to his face, but it took part of his body out. So if you would see him in a swimsuit, he has a big indentation like a shark bite. So they had to take skin off of his leg and put it to hold his organs in. And he was in so shock when he was walking down the road, not to be gross, but his organs were out. When you're in shock, you can actually walk. So he has a bad head injury, and everything was going really well for him. So he is a little confused on why Daryl has a house and they're the same age. Do you know what I mean? So he and the thing is too, John's 9 months younger than me because he was born 3 months early. So God has him here for a reason, and he just doesn't understand why he's here. And he gets like my other brother, does things to downplay him and make him feel stupid, where he isn't stupid. He's a very intelligent person. He can garden, he can do all kinds of stuff, fixing stuff. He's really smart, but his short-term memory is really horrible. And I had a really good time with him living here. But anyway, the one day they were in the garage, and he just flipped out on Daryl and pushed Daryl down and was crazy. And I had to call the police, which I don't like to call the police on my family. But he was out of control, and I can't take him on. He's a big muscle guy. So Daryl knows not to do anything because he knows that John doesn't know what he's doing. But Daryl was tempted because you only can kick a dog so many times, right? So yeah. So and he was like crazy with the police and everything too. So it was just very sad. But I eventually found him an apartment. Hello, Evie, my darling. How are you? But I found him an apartment, and he got kicked out of that one. Then I found him like a part of a house. He got kicked out of that because he just wouldn't take his medication, and he wouldn't watch his mouth. His mouth is just bad words, and always thinking somebody was out after him. Where they finally from the injury, I don't know if this is true, but they said that he had schizophrenia. So I told him, I said, you're going to constantly think somebody's out to get you if you don't take your medication. So he started taking it again. He claims that he's still on it, but he went through like 10 apartments, and I said, John, I just can't do this anymore, So he finally is in this one here out by Greensburg, which isn't too far from me. And he has his own car. I got him his license back. I got him because my sister took his license off of him. And when when he was living with my mom, which I don't even know why, but I got all that back from him. I helped him buy a car and insurance and everything. And he's, doing really well. And he was him to come back, but my husband won't have him back. But John comes over here all the time, and him and Daryl are, you know, respectful to each other whenever they're together. But I just would like to have him a little bit closer, like, I don't know. I know he just, but anyway, that's how he got his apartment. But he just got written up again at this apartment because these ladies are picking on him because they think that he's a little bit retarded, but he's not. He had a head injury, and sometimes he forgets stuff. And hi, Keith, for your greatest life technique to explore your life purpose. Oh, okay. What's the name of the movie? Your Greatest Life Technique. Okay. Hi, Heather. Hi, honey. How are you? You working on those Christmas decorations? Where's my drink? So, who is the main character in your life? So, because we all were like taking care of people, even men, take care of their families too. But once it's just Daryl and me, you know, are you your own main character? Like Daryl has to figure out, he's still a dad, but we don't have responsibilities for the kids anymore. And um, it's hard letting go. I know when my oldest son moved out, I was just like, he moved out when we weren't home. Went to the store and we came back and all his stuff was gone. It's like, he doesn't like to I guess he doesn't like to tell me things, so he just does it on his own. In my healing work, I asked what would be beautiful for your life to be like to bring healing. Yes. Yes, we all need healing. I know I do. I'd be the first one to admit that. Everybody knows that. But I don't know. It's hard when like I already raised my kids, but now, I have my brother, so I don't know what I'm doing. I really don't know what I'm doing. Raising another one, but he's the same age as me. It's weird. It's really weird. So this I don't know. I get frustrated with him and stuff, but I try not to. Like sometimes when I have him out, he acts like my father, where my father, if he didn't get his own way, he was very he was a narcissist, and he didn't care who was around. He would just start yelling. And John did that to me one time only. And then he was taking me to the dentist, and I walked the rest of the way. I couldn't take it anymore. I'm like, please, I got to get out of this car. So I did. I got out of the car and I walked the rest of the way to the dentist. That was not that long ago. But what did I do with it? Hold on one second, guys. I lost something here. I meant to get it before I got on here. Here we go. My glue stick is burning up because I don't have a glue stick in it. Yikes. My glue gun, I should say. My glue gun. And I got these long ones, and it hangs out the end. But yeah. So anyone else want to chit chat with their who's the I have a t-shirt that says raising my husband is exhausting. Get lots of compliments on it. I'm sure you do. I need to make myself one of those. For sure. Daryl always makes this joke to people because I always talk about my dogs. And he tells them, the dogs go outside and poop in the yard and they don't get yelled at. But if I would do something like that, I would get yelled at. And I'm like, that is such a stupid joke. But he tells it all the time. But that's, part of Daryl. Gotta love him. But he always has our chiropractor cracking up when we go there. So what else is going on? Anybody else have anything? Like what do you think about that topic? Anybody have anything else to say about that? I don't know. It's hard to be the main character, when you still feel responsibility for your kids, I know they're grown up and everything and you got to let them live, but it's just hard to let go. Family is tough. It is. You're so right, Evie. Sometimes, even if you're not at the family gathering and you still get blamed for things, but you weren't there, try that one. It's like my sister-in-law was good for that. She blamed the argument or something on me, and I wasn't even there. I was like, well, wait a minute, I wasn't there. Oh my goodness. But that's my brother's wife. She passed away. She was 45. She passed away. She was an alcoholic. So God rest her soul. But I worry about that brother too, because it has to be hard because he never got another wife or girlfriend or anything. He's never dated or anything since she passed away, and he pretty much lives, vicariously through his children. He has three, two girls and a boy, and his middle child. She just had a child, and she named him after my brother, who I'm his caretaker, John. She named him Johnny. Isn't that nice? So I just thought that was really nice that she named him after because she has a really good relationship. My brother has always had a good relationship with our siblings' kids. Um, he's really good with little kids. Yeah. So, well, my sister named her first baby Anthony Joseph after my boys' middle names, and I'm named after my grandmother, who name was Sarah, but my proper name is Sally, which was my grandmother's, um, nickname. So that's where I got my name. Anyway, it's all in the family. All in the family. Is anybody here named after anybody? My brother, Jim, the one I'm the oldest, and then John is, right after me, and then my brother Jim is 2 years younger than me. He lives in Maryland with his kids. His kids are grown, but they still live with him. I don't think he's ever going to let them. He lets them live there. He's never going to have. Why wouldn't they live there? It's free, right? But yeah, my other niece, the oldest one, is the same age as my son. She lives in Florida. She went there to study reptiles and things like that. Have a pet store with lizards and all that, and she ended up staying there. And now she taught herself, like her mother taught herself to do photography. So she makes a lot of money doing photography, taking pictures of people's dogs and stuff on the beach. She makes a lot of money, living on the beach, taking pictures of people's animals. So she really likes it a lot. So she's really good with animals too, though, because my brother has like a little farm there. He has horses and all that too. So yeah, she made she you know what? She runs her own business. I'm very proud of her. She is, see, how old is she now? She's same age as Daryl, 85. She's 30. Well, she's 38 now. Wait a minute. She was born in 87. So how old is she? I used to know, I know their birthdays, but the years are all going. My mom's name was Ina Francis. Is that how you say Ina? When I had my first daughter, I was going to name her Lily, and my mom said absolutely not. So my daughter's name is Lily. I like Lily. I like Lily a lot. That's pretty. I'm glad you named her Lily. Not that I have anything against the other name, but that's a pretty name for a little girl. Yeah, but she has her own business. She does all of her um, finances and everything for her business, and I think she has a house down there now on the beach. But during that last hurricane, I was so worried about her. She's like, my nieces and nephews call me Mama Sal. They're Mama Sal. We are fine. So okie dokie. Get your nose out of there, Sal. Let them live their lives. So can't help but worry, even though they think they know everything. But then again, we did too when we were that age, right? Right, Mama Sal? That's my niece Katie. She used to say stuff and she go, right, Mama Sal? To get my approval. So anyway, I miss the kids being little. And but life changes. Life changes. So This is not going well, guys. This turkey thing, because because it's made from the dollars tree, the pieces are not matching up to where it's supposed to go, and it's just not happening. It's not matching up the way it's cut. The turkey. See why I was in kindergarten? You see? It looks like someone in kindergarten made it. But that's okay. Oh, Lord have mercy. You're going to laugh at yourself, people. It's the only way to survive. So, and you know what else it doesn't have? It has the eyeballs, but it doesn't have the beak. There's no beak in there, in the little bag. I don't know what this green thing is. There's nothing green on there. What? There's little green things, like little vines, and there's nothing green on that picture. So I don't know what those little vines are thing. I think it might have got mixed up with another one. You know what? I think the one that I made for um, Halloween had something with a vine. I think the owl or something. I don't know. Silly. And you know what else, guys? Look, it has to be, because look, it has two white eyeballs, right? Two white circles. It's backwards. Okay, so it's backwards. This way. It has two white eyeballs. And then they gave me so this is the pattern for the owl, because I remember the owl had this because I stuck googly eyes on top of this. So they gave me the wrong kit with this. It's not me. I'm not cray. I am cray, but because this is not going to fit on there on the turkey. This is not going to fit on the turkey. Do you see what I'm saying? No, I need little eyeballs. Maybe I'll just open this one up and see if it has little eyeballs. They have mixed up the kit. Yes, they did. And that is so funny. They give you little stickers to put the stuff on, but I use the glue. See, this is completely different. That's why the stuff wasn't matching up. I'm sitting here doing this, talking to you guys. I'm like, this is not working. I like to do crafts because I hate doing housework. I like creating stuff. You want to see what Daryl made for my brother John? Maddie and I, when Maddie was here, we were making these bird houses, and John wanted one, and he wanted one that was the American flag. And I thought, okay, how are we going to do that? You know what? These feet aren't even going to match. These are the owl's feet, and the turkey's feet look like this. I got to take the whole thing apart. It doesn't even go right. I give up. But I made Daryl helped me make, and Daryl finished it, but he made John a birdhouse that's a flag. Isn't that nice? Look how straight the lines are. And what he did, what was my idea? See the top? He made that for my brother, just to put in his house. I have bird houses. Well, if you look at my house, I have bird houses everywhere because I just love birds. He made that for John. And you know what I told him to do? Because Daryl's very artistic. He could do that painting because I used Dollar Tree flags and did the that Hodgepodge stuff. I don't know where I had it right here. The dollar store had this Mod Podge stuff, and he got like one of those sponge paintbrush things, like it's a sponge, and he put it on there. But see, Daryl really good with art stuff. I can't do stuff straight. How all these lines are so straight. Look how straight they are. I can't do that. And it took him like maybe 10 minutes to do it, but he waited for it to and then he cut the hole in there, and then look, if he wants to hide something in there, this here opens up. Let me see how this goes. This goes down, and then this pulls out. Let me see if I can open it without. He might have glued shut. But see, look, if he wants to hide something in there, because my brother does that stuff, he could hide stuff in there, like money or whatever, your credit cards. Isn't that neat? So he could hang that on his wall and then hide stuff in it. No one ever think of that, right? Well, now millions of people saw it now. No, millions of people don't watch my videos, so don't worry about it. But yeah, just a little dollar store thing there. And then Maddie and I made bird houses too that are in there. I took a lot of jewels and stuff and put them on there. So that's what, crafty crafts. And so I'm way off topic here, as all of our lives do go, right? Right, Evie? We can't stay on topic with the lives. I'm just going to have to leave these owl duck feet on my poor turkey. He's just a misfit, just a misfit. We got to be nice to him. I should probably put the big eyeballs on him, but they're bigger than his head. I think that would look right. Oh my goodness. But I should just put googly eyes on him, right? I have so much stuff left from my classroom. Being a kindergarten teacher, I have so many crafts. I just miss doing this kind of stuff with my students because it was just fun. It was like being a little kid. We used to do every year. I used to trace their. I'll have to dig them out because I have the main copy. I used to trace their shoe with a marker or a pencil, and then trace it with a marker. But I traced their shoe on a piece of brown paper. They either had, like, the boys would have a darker brown paper and the girls would have a lighter brown paper. And then we would make it into Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. So cut it out, that would be the face. And then we put a big circle on his nose, and then their hands would be the antlers, and then have these nice little eyeballs. And then we put the googly eyes on. I had so much fun with those kids. See why I don't want to be retired? My daughter used to hide stuff in the metal post of our fence. She'd pop off the top and start stuffing it. How'd you get the stuff out? I used to have hiding places. I tell you guys something that's really funny. Um, my brothers, they, I have the like world's. I can smell stuff. Like if there's a fire, if someone walked in my door and was drinking alcohol, I could smell it. And I have a good sniffer, like my basset hounds. And then I can hear stuff too. I have like really, really good ears, and I can hear anything, if a bump in the night or anything. So, my brothers, they, they were teenagers and they were starting to have girlfriends and stuff like that. And being the mother hen that I was, I'd hear them rustling in the vent, the heater vent. They were probably 14, 15, and they were rustling in the heater vent, and then they would run out and leave with their friends. And I was like, what are they doing in the heater vent? And I didn't look for a couple days, and I heard them in there again. I'm like, what's going on? Well, the one time, the heater vent downstairs in the game room, like the family room, the heater vent up in the ceiling, they had like Playboy magazines and stuff. And I was like, "Oh, that is so disgusting." So, and then the other heater vent in their bedroom, because they shared a bedroom, and my sister and I shared a bedroom. So I went in their heater vent, and they had condoms in there. And I was like, well, that's a really stupid place to hide condoms, right? Well, sure enough, like years later, my brother and my sister-in-law, they ended up pregnant. And I was like, well, that's why you don't hide the the condoms in there. Yeah, dummy. But and then he's like, well, I get to have the first grandchild, because my son would have been the oldest grandchild, but it's like I didn't know it was a competition, you know, but all my kids were planned. But not that that's anything wrong with having an oopsie, but I didn't know you were on Hot Topic. The hot topic is, how do you become your main character in your life after 50 plus? After raising kids and everything, how do you be the main character? Like, your kids aren't the focus anymore. Yeah, it's more like what's the focus. So I don't know if it printed, if it came up on there. I put it in the little app you have to put in because I'm on my laptop. So how do you, Rhonda? You're the professional. How do you become the main topic 50 plus in your life, in your own life? Is what I was asking. Yep. Okay. So Judith is still looking, and I understand that, Judith. I truly do. Check out Living Life with Judith. She's pretty cool too. Um, oh, you heard was condoms. My I have to watch the replay. It was my brothers. My brothers I was talking about. Yes. They hid the condoms, and shortly after my brother's girlfriend, then his wife, um, they got married. She was 16 years old. She was pregnant at 15, had her baby at 16, and Nicole is going to be 38, or she is 38. Did anybody ever figure that out? If she was born in 87 and this is 2025, how old was she this year? I can't think right now. So she turned 38 this year. Okay, so my son is, hello, Yvonne. My son, Daryl, will be 38 because she was born July 30th. Her mom's birthday was July 25th. So Michelle turned 16, and then she had Nikki. And then Nikki's birthday is the 30th of July. And Daryl was born October 2nd. So he did turn 38. His birthday's already over with. Your son is 38 too? Is that your son who you don't get to talk to a lot? May 28th. Okay. My family, my brother, my dad were the 11th, the 13th, and the 15th, and then Michelle came to the family and she was the 25th, and then Nicole was the 30th. We had a lot. When my parents moved in with us, my kids were still at home in high school. My mom was picking up dog poop in the backyard and found a condom. Yes, my dog, my Cocker Spaniels, they would eat anything. What did Heather say? Let me see. If my husband would stop getting hurt, my main character would be me. Yes, poor Heather. Yeah, I'm sorry, Heather. It's rough. That's with Daryl too. He's having a lot of trouble with his feet and stuff, and he's on his feet all day. Um, so I bought him like different pairs of shoes because I told him when I was teaching I would change tennis shoes. Like I wouldn't wear the same shoes every day, and it would make my feet feel better if I just rotated them. So when we were moving, one of my good friends from high school, Yvette, she says, "How many pairs of tennis shoes do you have?" But I had him go with my outfits. But my friend Danny isn't a teacher, and he has tennis shoes. So that's why we're best friends, because we had to